Good morning. It's Sunday. I don't know what day I'll upload this, but right now it's Sunday. I just got back from the gym, if you can't tell by all of this going on here. But it's a Sunday and my husband is still away for work and stuff, so it's just me here, but the house is kind of a wreck. I've had a lot of projects going on this week while he's been away, and sometimes when it's just me here working on projects, I let the house get a little out of control. So I thought today would be a good sort of reset day. So I think what we're gonna do is do a deep clean, then I'm gonna get a shower once I do all the grimy, gross deep cleaning. And then we have some projects I would love to work on today or just start today, but I also would love to maybe bake a little bit. It's been a while. This week is my birthday, which I'm not necessarily like a big birthday person. I don't usually do anything too crazy, although it is also our anniversary. We like to call it birth anniversary. We do have something planned for the weekend after, but my birthday day, I don't have any big plans, but I thought it might be fun if I end up with extra time to maybe bake. You know, I love baking and a lot of times I just don't have a good excuse to. So what's a better excuse than your own birthday? I figured it would be fun to just take you along for a little vlog type day. I haven't really done this type of vlogging yet and I just thought it'd be fun and different. So let's get to cleaning.
I would be up waiting for you if you had to leave. I would wait a lifetime if you were at sea. I just wanna say that I feel that our love is real. Maybe we should hurry up and seal the deal. Take you there. I would give it all away to do it all again. Make our love a story that would never end. Never thought I'd feel
So we're gonna call it finished. I'm one of those people who, like, if I don't set like a time limit for how much I can clean, I will clean literally for days, which is sometimes why I let things go a little bit too long, because I know that once I get started, then I'll be like, oh, but then I should deep clean the baseboards and I should, you know, touch up this little thing and I should do this other thing, and like it can become like a week-long process of me deep cleaning the house. And, you know, especially when you're doing ongoing renovations, like there's always something to clean, but also everything's going to get gross again. And there's a balance to that, is all I'm saying. That's not a reason not to clean, but there's a weird balance. So anyway, we're gonna call it, and I'm gonna go finally get a shower. I'm glad I waited because vacuuming and mopping, I'm like sweaty again. It's real gross. So yeah, we're gonna get cleaned up. Little bit better, right? Just a little bit. I realized when I was in the shower that part of my cleaning was supposed to be watering all of my plants. I always try to do that on the weekend. We're gonna water the plants real quick before we decide what we're doing with the rest of our day.
I just wanna love you till the day I die. Oh, oh, I just wanna love you right. Oh, oh, love you till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better, 'cause a love like this is rare, and I wanna take you there. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you.
So I think next I am going to make myself some coffee and try to make myself sit down and like actually plan out all of my content for the week. Or longer, hopefully. I've just been kind of caught up in starting my YouTube channel and sort of getting my head wrapped around doing longer form videos, and I have not really been sitting down and planning out the more sort of Instagram and TikTok posts. And lately on my Instagram, I have just been posting like nothing. And every single week I'm like, no, I'm gonna post more this week. Not that I don't personally like super prioritize Instagram. I kind of, is this bad to admit, but I kind of gave up on Instagram a long time ago, but I still have a lot of people on there that I love connecting with, and I still post on there, but I just sort of I don't really try very hard on Instagram. And maybe that's bad to admit, but it's kind of the truth. So I think we're gonna sit down, work on all of that stuff. I am also in the process of uploading my YouTube video for this week, which I'm very excited about. This is the first time since I started my YouTube that I actually have my video done like a couple days in advance. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna work on our computer stuff, work on our phone stuff. I say computer stuff, but I feel like half of what I do is on my phone. So, but anyway, let's get to work.
If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. Oh, I just wanna love you right. Oh, love it till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better. 'Cause a love like this is rare. And I wanna take you there.
Okay, so I have been working for a little while, but I'm already sort of like spacing out and find myself like trying to distract myself. So we're gonna take a little break, and I think we're gonna do some baking, which I'm very excited about. Do I need to bake a cake? No, of course not, but I kind of want to. And so I've been thinking for a while about A Cozy Kitchen. I'm sure you know her. She is fantastic. I bought her book years ago, and it's still one of my favorites. Like, I love it. It's so lovely. She takes such beautiful photos. Her recipes are all great. Every single one I've tried has come out perfectly. So a few weeks ago, she posted a recipe for a strawberry sheet cake, and it's beautiful and pink, and obviously it's strawberries. I love strawberries, and they're so springtimey. On my phone, each season I like to change my wallpaper and just have like different inspirational images for each season. So they're all from like Pinterest and stuff like that, so I'm not sure exactly where it's from, but all spring I've had this photo on my wallpaper. I don't know if you can see it, but it's literally a cake that's pink inside. And I'm not like against food dye, but I don't necessarily just want to dye a cake pink just for the sake of it being pink. But her strawberry cake is pink from the strawberries, and I love strawberries anyway, so I think we're gonna make that. Now hers is for a mini sheet cake, and I really want to make a little layered cake like the one in my inspiration photo. So I might have to double it. I think I might just go ahead and double it. It seems like that might work out. I have a tendency to always do this with baking, is that I've done quite a bit of baking in my life, and I have maybe a little too much confidence in myself. And so I just sort of do my own deviations. I throw stuff in, I change stuff around, and it mostly works out. Sometimes it's not so great, but we're gonna give it a try. What's the worst that can happen?
All my minds and seas, all I need for you to leave. All my minds and seas.
So I just realized that I was looking at the recipe wrong, and I was following the recipe for the cake, but I was using the ingredients from the icing. So like the sugar was like way too much, and I was thinking when I was putting in there like, wait, this is way too much. Anyway, so we're gonna hold on to this so that we can do the icing later. But yeah, take two. For this recipe, you roast strawberries in the oven for about 10 minutes and then you blend them really well to make a puree. And I cannot even begin to describe to you how incredibly divine this strawberry puree smelled. Overall, this recipe was really simple, besides me accidentally mixing up the ingredients list, which was just my silly brain. It was very simple and I would definitely recommend it. My camera batteries ended up dying right as I was finishing the recipe, but I took a quick video of the 3 layers that I created using this recipe, and I just simply doubled the recipe that she had, and it was pretty much perfect for 3 6-inch layers. I let the cake layers cool overnight, and then the next day I made the icing. I started by whipping the cream cheese really well, and then I brought in that butter sugar mixture that I had accidentally made the day before and just mixed that in really well in small batches until it was completely combined. I am by absolutely no means a professional when it comes to cake baking or decorating, but I have picked up some tips along the way, especially as I have messed them up quite bad in the past. So I have learned that it is best to trim off the top of the cake as best and as evenly as you can, but then flip it over to layer it that way so that you have the bottom part that had baked nice and even as your top. The other thing that I have learned over the years is that the fridge is your friend when it comes to icing your cake. Once I had my layers stacked, I stuck the whole cake into the fridge for about 20 minutes, maybe even a little bit longer. I then did a crumb coat of my icing. This is another thing that I have tried to skip out on in the past, and it never works out in your favor if you do. So if you're unfamiliar with the term, it's simply just a super thin coat of the icing that is going to act as a base layer, and the whole cake goes into the fridge to set again for about 20 minutes between the crumb coat and an additional, prettier layer of icing. Since I don't bake cakes very often, I don't have any of the fancy little tools, but I was digging around in my drawer and found this pie scraper, and I thought it might work well to smooth out the icing. And it did. I ended up doing 3 layers of my icing in total, and they were each very thin layers, but I feel like this is the best I've ever gotten a cake to look, and I was really happy with how it turned out. And it all came down to being really patient and simply sticking that cake back in the fridge anytime the icing started to get a little bit funky. I definitely do not have any skills when it comes to piping icing, so instead of that, I decided to just go really simple and top the whole cake off with some strawberries. Hi, hello, how are you? So I have been very bad at vlogging. It's now Tuesday. I think I started this vlog on Sunday. Ever since I picked up my husband yesterday, I just was, focusing on spending time with him. And it was really lovely to spend some time, because we really have not gotten much together lately. So I was just focused on that. We had a lovely lunch yesterday, and then this morning we went for a nice, super long walk. I feel like the older I get, the more I am that, cliche of an old person, just wanting to spend time with the people I love for my birthday. That's really all I want. And it was great to spend time with him. He ended up leaving earlier than he originally had planned to, so he left after lunch today. And after that, I ended up taking some of my cake and delivering it to various people in my family. My brother was actually making fun of me because he was saying, I don't think that's how birthdays are supposed to work. I don't think that you're supposed to bake your own cake and then take it to everybody. But that's very me. And honestly, I enjoyed it. To me, being able to do something that I would normally consider frivolous, like, bake a cake and decorate it. That was something I wanted to do for my birthday, just do something that I consider frivolous. I also got to spend some time with one of my sisters and her 2 kids, which was just lovely. And when I got back today, I was feeling kind of tired, and since it's my birthday, I decided to let myself just lay down on the couch and put on some Netflix. I never do that. And so I threw on, honestly, the first thing that popped up on Netflix, which apparently is this brand new movie called Senior Year. If you're looking for a super goofy, cheesy, kind of feel-good movie, this is definitely a good one, especially if you're a millennial. I feel like it's millennial version of 13 going on 30. Even though we all loved 13 going on 32, I feel like I remember watching 13 going on 30 and being like, oh, I don't get all of these 80s references of the younger version of, the girl. But this is no, you'll get all of the teenage references if you're a millennial and you watch Senior Year. It's got all the vibes, for sure. Anyway, I thought maybe I would share a few of my gifts that my lovely family got me. As you get older, I feel like I don't really ask for much because there's not much that I need. I have a beautiful life and I'm very blessed and lucky, and I mostly just want to spend time with people. But of course, people always ask what you want anyway, and the only thing that I ever really want is just books, because that's once again another frivolous thing that I a lot of times don't buy myself. I mean, I buy myself tons of books, don't get me wrong, but I usually get them at thrift stores and library sales and all of that stuff because you can get them for just so cheap. So as far as buying brand new books or special edition books, I don't usually let myself do that just because I feel like I've already got 1,000 books. I can use my library app and get any other books that I want that are newer. So, but anyway, my family got me some really good things, so I want to show this real quick. The lighting's really weird, so I apologize. The sun is going down and it kind of comes in at odd angles at this hour. But here we go. So my mom got me these lovely Wordsworth collector's edition of the Sherlock Holmes series. Super cute. Hopefully you can see those. And Persuasion by Jane Austen, which I believe is the only Jane Austen I haven't read. I think I've read literally every other single one. And it is such a beautiful edition that it'll be great to hang on to. I love to collect special editions of, Jane Austen's, which I feel like is maybe a little cliche, but you know what? A lot of times things are cliche because they're great and everybody loves them. So what are you gonna do? Anyway, super excited about those. They're just lovely, and I can't wait to find a really cute spot to put them. Next, my sister got me Monster, She Wrote, which is all about the women who pioneered horror and speculative fiction. So I'm very excited about that. I have always loved mysteries especially, but the last few years I've really gotten into horror. I guess I've always been into horror. Even when I was a teenager, I read a lot of Stephen King. So I've always kind of been into horror, but I feel like the last few years I've gotten more into older horror. I really love it. It's definitely one of my favorite genres, and I've heard a few people recommend this. I think they talked about this on Reading Glasses, the podcast, forever ago, and so I think it's been on my list since then. So I'm excited to read that. My sister also got me this one. The Death of Jane Lawrence. I don't even remember like what the outline is, to be honest with you, because I think somebody on BookTube recommended it. Maybe also Reading Glasses. I have always been a big fan of that podcast, but I think somebody on BookTube recommended this, and I was like, "Ooh, that sounds really good," and I threw it on my Amazon wish list forever ago, and so I don't remember what it's about, but I am sure that it is good, so I'm super excited to read it. If you've read it, let me know what you think, because I think I might start this tonight. I'm very excited. My sister also gave me, this is one of her notebooks. So my sister is a children's book author, and she is working on her second book, and this is some of the illustrations for the second book. And so she put together a little notebook. She's going to be selling these. I'm not sure if this version is available yet, but her barista version is. She wrote The Littlest Barista, and she has a version of this notebook that also has like coffee stuff on it. So if you love coffee stuff, that's definitely already listed, and I will link that below. But she's also going to be selling these for sure if they're not already up. So I'll link those if they're already up. But yeah, how cute is this? Who doesn't love a good notebook? I feel like if you love books, you also love notebooks, right? And lastly, my mom got me these cute little cups. How cute are these? She actually thrifted these. So she is a woman after my own heart, obviously, or I guess I am of her since, you know, she's my mom. But anyway, I'm not positive what I'm going to do with them. Like, I might do plant clippings in them or little tiny plants. Wouldn't that be cute? Or just put them on my kitchen shelves because when they look lovely back there. I just love that. I love that she thrifted them because she knows that I love thrifted stuff, and I just love old stuff. But there's a set of 4 of them, so they're super cute. So I'm like super excited about those. Anyway, so it has been a lovely birthday. I'm 32 this year, which feels crazy because I feel like it's definitely one of those ages that, like, if you were to ask like a 15-year-old what sounds old, they'd say like, you know, 32 or something like that. Or at least that's what I thought when I was a teenager, that like somebody who's 32 is like a full-grown adult. And I still feel like a teenager myself, to be honest. I think my sister had asked me if I set any goals for myself this year. You know, it's really funny. I have always been a super goal-oriented person. And over the years, you know, most of the time I have set big goals on my birthday. And it's so funny. I think I've realized, especially this past year, I think because I'm such a goal-oriented person and I'm always going to be sort of pushing myself, at times they've kind of gotten in my way because I haven't always taken the time to kind of step back and understand myself well enough to even know what my goals should be. So I honestly look back on some of my old goals and just think, oh, they were just out of line with who I was. And so a lot of times they ended with me just being frustrated, not reaching these goals that now I see were just the wrong goals to be setting. And I think that just came out of me not really being completely in tune with who I am or what I need or what I want long term. So honestly, no goals. Don't take that as advice. I don't recommend you not set goals. Maybe they help you. I think everyone's a little bit different and everyone needs something a little bit different. So this is just for me. No goals this year. Just continue to try to enjoy my life as much as I already do, because I feel like I'm incredibly lucky and blessed. And yeah. Anyway, I think I am going to end this vlog here. This certainly has been interesting to kind of try this more vlog style, like daily life video. I don't necessarily think I was completely successful at it, but it's my first stab at it. So we will see if we do this again. You can certainly let me know what you thought, if it was interesting whatsoever. But we will definitely be back with much more thrifting, DIYs, and renovations, all that fun stuff. So thank you to everyone who has already subscribed recently, because you guys are just so awesome. Like, everyone's been so nice on YouTube. I've only been on YouTube for about a month, and just everyone has been so incredibly kind. So thank you to everyone who has been around and been watching my videos. You guys are incredible, and you have made my birthday this year extra sweet, honestly. I just really appreciate it and I feel very lucky. So anyway, hope you have a lovely week and I will see you next time.
I would be up waiting for